What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Surrey Stingers, bringing you guys our playoff semi-final team builder, taking on Ellie and the Shanghai Dragons. Um, yeah, we got a bye through to the semifinals, and Gremlin beat Trog in round one. And Gremlin was the third seed, so he moved on to play David Ryan, guaranteed, because we actually finished first in the entire league, so pat on the back for that. I was the only coach with 10 wins in Division 2, which clinched me the first seed. Now, because of that, I ended up playing the winner of the 4 versus 5 match because Gremlin won. And so it was between Ellie and Brett, and I almost would have preferred playing Brett just because we beat Ellie in the regular season and we lost to Brett. So it would have been nice to get maybe some revenge against Brett there. But we did kind of crush Ellie in the one matchup that we had. She really struggled against Banded Golurk, and I'm expecting her to prep a little bit harder for that. I actually ended up changing out Banded Golurk, and that might be something that I regret. In terms of what you see here, a lot of these mons didn't change. I'm not going to run through Ellie's team or anything like that. If you want to hear about it, it hasn't changed since week 11, so go watch my week 11 team builder, especially for the strat that I wanted with this. The week 11 team builder should be unprivated by the time I get this up. It's currently privated so that Ellie can't watch it ahead of this match. Because I'm not changing a whole lot, I wanted to make sure that it was privated. Yeah, so we're still Scarf Rose Raid, same Lopunny, same Garchomp, same Blastoise entirely. I knocked out Golurk for Spec Chandelure here. I think it's got about the same matchup as Golurk would. And I am obviously a little bit weaker to her particular Nidoqueen set that she brought. Again, if you want context, please go and rewatch the week 11 stuff. But yeah, I was a little bit weaker. Like, she brought like a max Spadef Assault Vest Nidoqueen, and so I'm a little bit weaker to the Nidoqueen set than I was before. But Spec Chandelure does exactly the same thing that... actually, I'm going to change Fire Blast to Energy Ball. I didn't realize that I even had that coverage option. So, Spec Chandelure has about the same impact as my Golurk did. And granted, Banded Golurk, she still has 0 switch-ins to. Chandelure's a little bit faster, so I can outspeed mons like Nidoqueen. I was running a lot of speed on that Golurk for like no speed Nidoqueen, and I should be able to outspeed Mega Scizor as well, like max speed Mega Scizor, which otherwise would have outsped Golurk. I think Mega Scizor might make a return, an appearance this time, and so I'm teching the Chandelure on here, especially with Flame Body to burn that Mega Scizor. Be really nice. Burn the Dragonite potentially if it hits me. There's a lot of different options here that I would like to cover with the Chandelure. I'm also a little bit weaker to the Seismitoad just from that, like, Golurk could take a hit and live with the bulk investment that I potentially would have had, but I still have Seismitoad covered with the Roserade, and that's why I have Energy Ball. She didn't draft a normal type, so Spec Shadow Ball is extremely spammable, and it's going to put in the finest work. I'm not sure if she's going to change up the Musharna set. I would if I was her, to make it a dedicated Lopunny check, and that being the only purpose of it. I think we actually ended up having a really solid matchup the last time. I think that maybe Superior and Dragonite and Mega Scizor will make an appearance over the Entei in particular. I think Entei didn't look that good against me when she realized that she couldn't break through Blastoise without using Koko, and I think she'll bring the Superior in place of that. I think she might change up the Nidoqueen set to not be Assault Vest and tech Rocks onto it, and instead get rid of the Seismitoad in place of putting the Dragonite on there, specifically because I didn't bring Clefable against her last time. I think that she can reasonably deal with Clefable with Mega Scizor plus Nidoqueen, and so instead she can bring the Dragonite. So in my theory, in my mind, this is the team that she's going to bring. I think she's going to bring Koko, Mega Scizor, Nidoqueen, Superior, Dragonite, Musharna. One of Musharna and Tornadus T. She might end up bringing Torn T again. It didn't have a great matchup against me, especially the set that she brought. She missed a Hurricane completely randomly, and it was just unfortunate luck for her, but I am prepping a little bit harder for a Tornadus Therian than I was a Musharna, and yet still covering Musharna at the same time. I'm very confident in this matchup. I think that it's going to go fairly well for us. Again, so Chandelure took over that, and then I changed the Raikou set a little bit. I adjusted it to be an Assault Vest set rather than the Calm Mind leftover set that I was before. it didn't have the same impact, and I think that an Assault Vest set can handle Coco and Torn T a little bit better. Originally, this was an Assault Vest Jirachi, if you remember from my original team builder, and I think that Assault Vest Raikou is going to fill that role a little bit better. I've got HP Grass there for the for the Seismitoad still have the extra sensory there for the Nidoqueen, but I teched on Signal Beam for the Superior, which I otherwise could not hit whatsoever, and I was kind of banking on getting boosts and hitting it with extra sensory before, but now at the very least I have some coverage for it. I thought about running Volt Switch on this, but I ended up deciding against running Volt Switch entirely. I don't need the momentum all that much. She's the team with all the momentum. I don't need to be playing into the hands of her momentum anyways. So instead, I'm going to go with this. She noticed probably that I didn't want to play in the hands of her momentum, and I made a couple reads against her really aggressive playstyle. I ended up getting up rocks with my Garchomp really early on. And I believe I ended up claiming... I claimed something else with Chomp, didn't I? Or maybe it was just Golurk. She was like switching around and I just like smacked her with Bandit Shadow Punch. I can't remember. Either way, those are all the changes. Really quick team builder here. I had nothing more to talk about than that. So that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoy our playoff semifinals match and hopefully I come out with a dub.